So this is a topic working with Microsoft tools, which we have extensively worked when I was in corporates. But now, with that knowledge, I'm going to share my thoughts. I'm sure many of you might be knowing more than this, but still, for a purpose of presentation and with a limitation of time, I'll see how best I can make it. So this is a top overview. I'll be talking on introduction and about MS Office a little, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, infographics a little, and I conclude my talk, with my conclusion. So MS Office, it was founded in 1975 in US, United States of America. So it was also called as Microsoft Office or my MS Office. It's a family of client software, server software, and software services. So this was announced by Bill Gates in the year 1988 on the 1st August 1988. So the first version of Office contains MS Word, Microsoft Word, MS Excel, Microsoft Excel, and MS PowerPoint. So MS PowerPoint, MS Office has two versions, variations. One is retail version, which has got 1.2 billion users, which comprises 16% of the world, users of the Microsoft, world internet users or computer users, and Office 365 has 120 million users. So this is a pictorial diagram of that. MS Office has 16% of the people use MS Office in the world among the world population. So now Charles Simonyi is the founder who has invented Excel, MS Excel. So there are a few facts which I would like to talk on MS Excel. So the three general uses of spreadsheet software are, you can create a lot of budgets, you can create expenditure statements, all that, and you can produce a lot of graphs, charts, and other, pictorial, information. Then storing and sorting of data, huge data is possible using Excel sheet. So now in 1985, Microsoft released Excel, which was earlier called as Multiplan. In the year 1982, Multiplan was started in 1982, and it was started first with the contract entered by Apple and Microsoft to create, Multiplan for Mac version. Macintosh version was, produced by Apple. So they have published, Excel's earlier name was Multiplan. So it was started in 1982, and they have done this or created this for Mac version, which was contained, a Mac version was the first one which was Excel was built for. So there are more than this is a fact I would like to just point across. There are more than 200 shortcuts. There are more, you can create your own shortcuts as well to some extent in Excel. And there was a study conducted to find out, to assess the percentage of people who knows shortcuts. Because if you know shortcuts, it is easy for you to work on Excel in a much faster way. Out of the study, 26% of the participants, they knew 10 or less than 10 shortcuts. You can see shortcut is Control Alt Del is a shortcut in the computer. Similarly, Control V or Control Alt V is a paste special option. So similarly, there were 26% of the people know 10% or 10 or less than 10 shortcuts. 61% of knew 10 to 50 shortcuts. So like Control C, Control V, Control X, all those kind of shortcuts. So for your benefit, I would sheet where I say, so I say my name. If I use Control C, and I can paste Control V. So these are simple shortcuts. In the similar way, if you go to an Excel, you can see a lot of tabs here. For example, if I click on the tab Home, I can see cut. If I take my cursor here, it will be showing the shortcut as well as the function of it. So that's what the advantage of this. This is paste, and within paste there are a lot of options. Paste special, paste formulas, all that. If you copy a formula and paste it here, so it will be pasting. And there are a lot of paste special options. You can use this, or I can say Control Alt V. So this also gives the similar fashion. Within this, there are many shortcuts you can use for pasting that. You can paste formulas, you can paste values by using shortcuts. So that's what I mean to say. Then again, we have insert, we have a shortcut here. If you take your cursor, it will show you what it is. So by inserting a text box, you can use, these are all, it's very important for anybody, especially for the students. It's very important for you to know what are the functionalities of any software which you use, so that whenever there is whenever a chance for you to work on this, you should be able to go back and use these formulas. By knowing the formulas or shortcuts, your efficiency will increase, your speed will increase, so that your performance will be better than comparatively many others. I see, if I say Control C, there is a blinking happening around this cell. So this is a cell. For example, I can drag it and show it here for the interest of the people. So this is a cell. If I say Control X, it cuts, and if I say Control V, it pastes here. If I say Control C, and if I want to paste here, it will create another one. So that's the difference between cut and copy. And there is also, if I say Control Alt V, lot of option comes. I can say if I am copying a formula and putting as copying it as a say pasting it as a value, so that it will not have a formula, but it will have a number which is a resultant number. Similarly, I can there is option here. I can copy both of them, and I can paste it here. If I transpose, it will be, instead of horizontal line, it will say copy paste it as a vertical line. So that's the advantage of shortcuts. So this is another few facts about Excel shortcut, very staggering facts. So every Excel sheet has 1,717 crores 98 lakhs 69,184 cells. I want to say cells means each cell is this is what a cell is called, each cell. So like this, we have so many 1,717 crores cells we have. And we have 1,717 crores 98 lakhs 16,184 cells in each worksheet, each Excel sheet. Each worksheet consists of 10 lakhs 48,576, 10 lakhs 48,576, 10 lakhs 48,576 rows, from one to down row, and we have 16,384 columns. So you can see A, B, C columns. Once it is Z is done, it says A, B, kind of columns. So this is called as rows. This is called as columns. So we have 10 lakhs 48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. And if I start filling as an individual, if I start filling each cell, and it takes 1 second for me to fill, it takes 545 years for me to fill one sheet. So such a magnanimity of this sheet is what Excel has consists of. So if I start filling, it takes 545 years to fill the whole Excel sheet, one Excel sheet. So a few more facts to here. One cell can contain 32,767 characters. I mean to say, one cell can have 32,567 characters. So this is one cell. So there are how many characters here? There are maybe some 20 to 30 characters here, or 15 characters here. Similarly, we have 32,767 characters which are there for in an Excel. One cell can fill 32,767 characters. So each workbook contains 3 worksheets basically. So I mean to say here, this is called worksheet. Sorry, each sheet has normally 3 worksheets. If I want, I can add always one more worksheet. By double clicking on it here, I can type anything I want. This is called worksheet. So normally, basically, it has got 3 worksheets. You can keep on increasing based on your capacity of the computer memory. If you have better memory, you can keep on sharing, keep on adding as many you want. Then, so we can have as many number of some worksheets based on the system's memory. And the earliest data allowed for calculations is January 1st, 1900. Excel sheet has the earliest data. We cannot go back 1889 or 1899, you cannot go back in this when it comes to calculations and also date structure in Excel sheet. It only goes back till 1st January 1900. So only probably 120 years you can go back. So within one Excel sheet or worksheet, you can use 512 fonts. You can use different fonts. There are thousands of fonts which are there in in the industry today. In Excel also we have a lot of fonts. You can use 512 fonts in an Excel worksheet. So you can also undo, redo, undo is another option. I have typed something I don't want, so I do undo it. That means I'll come back to original position. Or I have deleted something. If I redo, it will come back to the text position where we have deleted the text. So you can do 100 times, either forward, undo, or redo. You can do 100 times. There are more than 500 keyboard shortcuts. As I said, 200 is given in Excel, but there are 500 keyboard shortcuts which you can use in Excel. So adding to that, no one can add an Excel sheet with a name called history, or Excel workbook with a name called history. For example, if I go here, if I say history, it will not be saved. It says history is a reserved name, and Excel holds a right not to give any worksheet the name called history. That's what a fact about Excel Excel worksheet. Moving further, now this is a man. He is a Japanese. So Horichi is the name of this person who is a 73-year-old. He has used digital art within the Excel sheet, and created auto shades. Digital art he has created using auto shades in Excel, and he is known and he is world famous today for creating digital art using auto shape functionality within Excel sheet. So this is one we do a lot of things using many softwares, but this is something which is really an achievement from this man from Japan who has created digital art. So this is how basic Excel window looks like. So normally I teach our students all these things. This is a ribbon menu bar or ribbon bar which has got a lot of options. You can say if you click on this, you can get into quick access toolbar, or this is a name of file name, and what is the application you are using. Is it Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint? Some 60 to 70% of the options are similar to all the MS Office tools, whether it may be Word, or even fairly I can say 50 to 60% of options are similar from Word, Excel, and PowerPoint and all other MS Office tools. So this is a title bar where your title will be shown. This is a columns. This is rows. This is A, B, C, D is the column. As I said, 32,000 change columns are here, and 10,48,000 rows are here, which is a name box. Means what box you are into. This box is A, column A, row 1. So it shows A1. And whatever you type here in the box, it will be shown here in this formula bar or any text bar. So it's a control menu where you can operate using, save all other functions. This is a row, and these are all the, as I said, 3 default worksheet, and you can add new worksheet based on the memory supports from your, system. And this is a cell bar. As I said, 1,777 crores cells are there in each worksheet or workbook. Then this is a status bar where you get to know what information is there in the bottom. It's also called as bottom bar. It shows ready, means this Excel sheet is ready to work, ready to operate on. Then comes the view buttons. If I want to view print preview or web view or normal view, you can see here, and you can zoom. Now this is 100% view. If you want to see, you can keep on increasing the view according to your requirements. You can reduce it or increase it to say, there are many other things, but these are just for the information of the participants, for the benefit of the participants. I am showing this. So these are all the products you can create out of Excel. Just simple simple functionality of creating charts. You can see here, host of charts are available for you to create here. Even for my PhD thesis, I have used only Excel. for data analysis as well as for creating graphs, diagrams, all that. We have done this, and calculations we have done using Excel sheet. This is a pie chart. This is a bar chart. This is cylinder chart. These are all line chart. There are many at least 100 types of charts are available for anybody to use it if you have a data and if you know how to operate it. You have to go to insert and all the this one. This is how you go here. So you can go to insert here. You can see all these graphs. There is no data here. That's the reason. Again, I have not deleted history. It's showing history only. So this is how the column chart, where you have lot of columns, 2D column, 3D columns, and cylinder charts. All that is possible. Line charts is possible based on the data you input. Pie charts normally created to find out the percentage of this. Bar charts. This is column chart. This is bar chart. And area charts, scattered charts, and other charts, which is advanced charts. You can you also can import charts from other tools to be copied here. Using all these tools, you can create the charts in your Excel sheet. Moving further, so this is MXL, one of the features which there are thousands of features, but I'm only showing few of the MS Excel features for the benefit of you. So you can transpose columns, as I said. You can copy the horizontal data and paste it onto vertical data, or you can copy the vertical data and paste it onto horizontal data. See, this is vertical data where Linda, their country, their age note, everything is being given here. You can copy the same thing and paste it here. Instead of rows, this will come in columns. Same Linda names have come in columns. So you can paste columns into rows and rows into columns, vice versa. You can hide the data. So for example, if I go here and open the text here, I have this one. I can hide these columns. I can go here. I can hide the columns, or I can freeze the pans, which we'll discuss later. You can hide some data if you are sending to somebody which you don't want others to see, might be a confidential data. You can hide it and say it here. You can format printer, very simple feature. I'm sure all of you must be using it. For example, I'm using it bold here. I'm using the cell color as yellow and font color as red. So similar things, instead of doing this, I can go here, click on the format printer, type it here. If I go here, click on the format printer, you can do this for formulas, you can do anything. This is a very simple feature I'm showing here. You can copy the format, you can format future using this. Or you can rename the sheet using double click here in this Excel. If I want to rename this sheet, I can just double click and say, right. So this is what the features. I'm showing very basic features for the benefit of you. Once you go back and start working on it, you'll be able to find it useful. And there are ample number of guides. Even Microsoft has a lot of guidebooks and they have L files. Even your own Excel has a L file. You have YouTube, TED Talks, and many other videos for you to learn. And my 50% of learning is, especially in the last 10 years, is happening because of YouTube and SlideShare, these kind of things. So you also can go there, and this is just a head start for you. I'm not giving complete. This is a 1 week or 10 days program workshop for learning Excel. So I'm just giving a head start for you to go back and work it out. So you can. This is very interesting feature. Whenever I go to Excel, if I say 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, it will only take 1, 2, 3 because it doesn't give me the option. For example, I'm saying 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 or 1, 1, 1. It will only show me 1. I want to see this zeros also. So then what I can do is I can put the inverted comma, single inverted comma, and I'll say this one. See, it shows here. So I can also say this is my password. I can say insert comment here. I say my password. My password. So it will not be shown, but the green button indicates that there is no prefix here, but the red button indicates that there is some note which is being associated with this. I can change this note by edit comment. I can change whatever I want in future, or also I can delete the comment also if I don't want. So there are thousands of features given by Excel sheet for you to benefit out of it. So sometimes it is very important, especially in accession number, when we are giving in our accession register, we normally give 6-digit number 000123455 because you are thinking that your library is set to grow. As according to the fifth law of library science, library is a growing organism. Your services, your collection, your staff, your users are set to go, but space is not set to go, grow. So when it is set to grow, you have to have a future plan in mind, futuristic thinking. That's why mostly whenever you talk to any librarian or senior librarian as a youngster, they suggest you go for 1 lakh, 6-digit number or 7-digit number to accommodate the future growth. You might be there as a librarian for 10 years or 20 years, but somebody else comes, they should not find it difficult. That's the reason if you input single inverted comma here and put the number, it shows exact number. Otherwise, it only shows the actual number, which will be difficult for somebody else to read it. So Excel sheet is also used for games. You can create a lot of games, especially these old games, Sudoku game, and these games are also can be played using Excel. Please work it out. You go back and start, working on Excel sheet. There are other features. You can do a lot of analysis using Excel sheet by adding some plugin into the Excel sheet, like add a chi-square test, mean, median, or standard deviation, and other functions are possible in Excel sheet. And VLOOKUP, it is very, very important. Mostly academics, we may not use this because it's a huge and group of data scattered across different sheets and workbooks, different files. So that all brings back into a central repository for reports, generation of reports. This is what we used to do in our corporate sectors when we were working to collect the huge data. When I was working in GE, we used to have all the world teams. 3 lakhs people used to work there. So we have to take the data and used to do VLOOKUP to find, come to some reports and summaries. Pivot tables, not many use again. So Excel's most powerful features. These VLOOKUP pivot tables are very powerful features. Quick analysis is not inbuilt in there in Excel, but you can add some plugin to get it done. So it extracts significance of data from a large detail set. It collects whatever you can find out, count, average, sum, and perform other calculations according to different points, and one enters using pivot tables. And creating charts, as I discussed, using charts you can do a lot of things by using charts. For example, I am using simple. This is Ram and this is Rain. For example, if I want to create a chart of this simple chart, uh, this is very simple. I'm not showing it here. Say 3D chart, it shows here very clearly. And if I give Ram and this one number, this is series. If I give series name play, and this is win or lose. So if I create this, it can create the chart out of this. Very simple one. You can play around with it and come out with better charts for your benefit. See here, it shows, and RAM is blue, red, frame is sun. From this 1200, I don't know where exactly it starts. Then what I can go is just add labels. It shows exact. This. There are various kinds. I can change the color. I can do different styling, formatting, everything I can do using this Excel sheet. Just to head start. In the interest of time, I'm not getting into the details of it. Then this is a icon for you to go to chart. Then MX Excel also has a lot of features. Some features there are many. Some ifs, some product you can use this, and there is a when you click on this, there is a formula shows, or you can go to any videos lecture or shortcut details. You'll get it here, or you can go to this within the Excel main things, main bar menu bar. You have formulas. You can click on all these things, and you have more functions. Now, there are many functions, but I've just taken statistical functions. You can find out chi-square, average, if all those things are inbuilt in this for you to get the benefit of it. Normally, when we want to do analysis, mostly algorithms, we always go back to statistician for their help. But if you can work it out here, we can come out with wonderful results within the reach of us, and we can save a lot of money and time. Then, what are the basic functions in Excel? This is basic mathematic functions. It does addition, subtraction, multiplication, sums it, averages it. It also tells you the count. So it says how many count we have selected. For example, if I select these many boxes, it shows average of this, count is 9, sum. So we can click on this, left click on this, we can change all those things if you want to be shown here. That's what count functions are all about. Then it also have a lot of if functions, maximum, minimum, and control Z, control Y, undo. There is a shortcut for undo, control Z. Redo is control Y. You can freeze the pans. For example, I have an Excel sheet which I want to just see only this. I don't want to see anything other than this. So I can freeze my pans, view, freeze pans. So if I freeze it here, the data from this box and this box will not be moving. Only this box will be moving. I can say, headings here, headings remains, and the data scrolls down. So that's the advantage of freeze. There are 3 types of freezing pans. You can only freeze the top row so that everything rest is here. Especially the headings can be saved and the data keeps on moving if the data is so much. Or you can have freeze first column only column. The data in this side moves on, but column A remains same, but other columns are changing. So that's the advantage of freeze pans. So you can insert current date by control plus semicolon. You can insert the date. For example, if I go to Excel sheet and say control plus control plus and semicolon, it gives the date. It gives date here. I can change the date for today's date. Just press on control and plus and semicolon. You can change the date format also according to your requirements based on however you want. It's taking some time. You can change how does you want to look like. So if I say Wednesday, it shows Saturday 20th June, and there is two dates kind of date structures. One is Western dates or American dates, and one is Indian dates. Normally Indians we have date, year, month, and year format, but foreigners they have month, date, and year format. So based on that's the reason if you use these kind of things, it doesn't create any ambiguity and it doesn't create any difference. So you can easily create this. For example, if I have only one date or one day, if I want to create a week of this, it's easily you can drag it here and it shows clearly what date, and it stops again Sunday. It starts with Monday. So there are Excel sheet has many other similar features for you to get benefited out of it. Then we have Page Special, which I've discussed, sorting data using data alphabetical sorting, or you can remove duplicates with a with a formula, you can freeze spans and control. For example, if I am in first cell, if I go back to 100 cell or end cell, we don't know where it is. We just press on control plus arrow key, either down or up. It will go to the top one or bottommost one, or one click to select. This is how the Excel sheet. For example, if I click on control arrow mark up, it goes to the first cell. Control arrow mark down, it goes to the downmost. And if I this is the feature where if I click on the whole cells, whole 1717 crores cells will be blocked for you to use it. That's the benefit of Excel. You can remove by remove duplicate formulae. By doing this, you can remove the duplicates. Then one click select all. If you click rightmost, leftmost corner between rows and columns, you have this off triangle mark. So if you click on that, the whole text will get blocked. So open many files in bulk, one click, or shift between Excel files, control tab, or delete blank cells. You can have a filter. Within that, you can find out entire row, entire column, blanks. You can delete it. Freezing pans is possible for you to show only, for you to scroll down the data better. Search, find, replace option is also possible. For example, if I go here, if I press on Control F, I can search what I want. So you after searching, if I searching something, I can replace that with BSBS. So whatever is ABCD is there, that will get replaced with Babu. So this is a very important option. I have used this a lot in my PhD studies because it has come to it was very handy for me. And format cells within Control 1. If you select an object, you can do a lot of things. Use filtering option. For example, I'm sure all of you would be knowing this, but I'm just for the interest of youngsters, I'm using this data and start filtering. So there is no text here. That's the reason it's not filtering, and I have to remove the freeze spans also. I removed it. So whenever I type it here, I can have a filter for this. So that using filters, I can always find out what are all the things I can use it based on the filter, especially finding out age group. I know when we are doing a survey for libraries or anything, age group, who is PG, who is UG, who is a teacher, who is a student, all that data can be sorted. Complete data can be sorted using this function. Then very essential keyboard shortcuts. There are many for I just said function plus F11, which goes creates a new blank worksheet. In your Word, if you say Control N, it creates new sheet. Similarly here, and function plus F2, it opens a cell with formula bar. So if I want to, for example, if I want to go over to this, I'll not be able to do edit this. Like what I can say, double click on this. Instead of that, we can use the formula for opening that cell particularly, or control home, control end, and auto summing up. All that is possible using MS Excel shortcuts. So these are all the advantages of Excel spreadsheet. Please note, I have spoken not even 1% of what Excel is. So there are many things which Excel has, and we have to start exploring based on the needs. All the features may not be useful to all the people. So based on your experience, keeping on working on the Excel, you'll be able to get the gain the mastery over it. As I said, I'm sure many of you might be knowing Excel sheet much better than anybody else. So this is just a heads on towards that. So these are all the advantages of Excel spreadsheets. One is it is accurate calculations. Since it is automatic in nature, no manual intervention, so it does accurate calculations. So completed calculations automatically. If you give a formula enough, it scrolls down. But if the data is huge, it takes some time for you to update the database or data sheets based on the number of formulas you may have. and it is very easy to organize information and is very easy to access information. Sometimes if I am lost, I can go to Control F and find out. And it is very easy for you to redo and undo things, which is very useful. Once you close the program and start, this redo and undo will not work. Sometimes if you save also, it will not work, in the previous, redos and undos. So it can be easily sorted and filtered using many filtering and sorting options. And the data can be easily analyzed, quickly analyzed, because there are a lot of analysis tools inbuilt into Excel sheets. And reports and the charts can be made, very easily and quickly without much difficulty. If you know how to and what needs to be, generated, it is easier for you to do that. So with that, I'll move on to the MS PowerPoint. So in the interest of time, I have not kept much for MS PowerPoint, because if we learn one tool, and I feel MS Excel is the best among all the Office suites, barring MS database and all those things. But for us, for our level of work, this Excel sheet is the best. Once you learn the Excel sheet, using other MS Office tools is much easier, or sometimes it is similar in nature. So MS Office PowerPoint originally was named as Presenter. It was not MS PowerPoint. It was called as Presenter. It was developed by Forethought Organization, which was a company which was developed the Presenter. Then the Presenter was used for Macintosh, and renamed as MS PowerPoint once it has been taken care because of trademark issues. In 1987, it became PowerPoint, from Presenter to PowerPoint, and soon after, Microsoft has bought this product from Forethought Organization or Incorporation for the value of $14 million. In the year 1987, this software is being bought by Microsoft Corporation. So this is again similar to Excel sheet. There is a menu bar, there is a text bar, and this is a bottom bar, where similar features, almost similar features are available here. This is menu bar, this is title bar, and tabs and ribbons. This is a menu bar or ribbon bar, and quick access toolbar similar to what we have seen in Excel. And this is a status bar. What it shows: slide number 1, how many Indian English, or how many slides. What is is it a slideshow, or that all that shows? It's a slide panes. You can see this is a quick view and find out what this one. This is a detailed view, and this is a slides. It is a beginning slide where you can add title and a subtitle. Then subsequent pages will be, you can select either duplicate slides, new slides, or many other slides you can select from that. You can start typing the content. You can input or you can paste. You can bring the reference from somewhere else. The advantage with MS Office tools is I can directly take the data from Excel to Word and Word to Excel, PowerPoint, all that without much hassles and much difficulties. So it is one of the Office tools for the presentation of data. So mainly used for to present to the potential investors. For example, I am a teacher. I present to my students or my management, or I deliver a lecture using PowerPoint. So this is done to convey my message very successfully, because there is visuals, there is audio, which or explanation which I am doing. So this will enable the user to easily connect, and he can get communicated with what I am saying and what he's seeing. You can design the PowerPoint slides, customize it, the appearance, look, feel, everything you can customize it. You can go for animation, transitions. I'm sure all of you would have done PowerPoint animations and presentations, and designed to accommodate public speaking, general speaking, individual speaking, one-to-one speaking, one-to-many speaking, many-to-many speaking. Is all possible because of this presentation tool. And it also integrates with all other MS tools and many other host of tools. Not only MS tools, any other tool also can get integrated with MS PowerPoint. So you can customize color schemes, you can add animation effects, use the slides, notes, handouts, masters. So in the left side of corner, you can reduce the slides to hundreds. You can hand out, instead of one page, you can create 4 slides in one page. That's for creating handout for the participants' benefit. You can create, edit, and import charts. You can directly copy paste from Excel, Word, charts here, create and edit tables. Tables can be from Excel or Word, or you can have your own tables in Microsoft PowerPoint, manage hyperlinks, create custom shows. You can show it, and you can also fix the time for the PowerPoint slides movement. Then export outlines, presentation slide to Word. You can create PDF, everything. You can insert text, pictures, audio visual materials, audio files, video files, and you can create an object, or you can create a link from there. You can directly keep clicking on from your PowerPoint show, graphs, and many more you can do using Microsoft PowerPoint. So moving on to very important topic, infographics. Infographics is a graphical representation of your thought content. So normally what people do is they use text or images to convey the message. But the one step ahead of creating image, animation, text, everything cumulative together, and less, as I say, one picture is more than 1,000 words. So this is the built on that concept. So this is not a new concept anymore. Infographics have been started by cavemen when they were living in the Stone Age or Bronze Age. They used to live in caves. People, early man used to live in caves. Once he has, his basic needs are being satisfied, like food and shelter, then he was looking for recreation. When he was looking for recreation, he has started drawing whatever his life experience was onto the walls of caves. For example, you can see here, there is an animal with the head and it's running. There is an animal without head. Means they're hunting, their experiences they're trying to write or draw onto the walls of the caves, so that others can get benefited out of. Now we are trying to understand like Mesopotamia culture or Mohenjo-daro culture, what they have done, how they have done. So infographics formally was started from the late 1970s. So where there was a first chart of wheat prices and labor wages. Comparison of that was created by William Playfair on the, he was born on 1759 and died in 1823. So he is considered as father of modern day infographics. He was a Scottish engineer and political economist. He was also invented line graphs, pie charts. These are the early graphs. As I said, the chart and wheat prices and labor wages was the early graph created. For the benefit of you, I've just displayed it here. So it's a visual representation of data, knowledge, information in the form of infographics. Info and graphs, information and graphs cumulatively form infographics. So it's a fabulous way of marketing your work. My business is teaching, somebody else's business is librarianship. You can project your this. And there was a study which has said 65% of the people are visual learners. We may not be a good at reading, or we may not be good at writing, but by looking at some visuals, we gain a lot of knowledge. So, and most of the users today, internet, wants to present or want to see the data. Based on the data, they can understand the concepts and things. So you can also tell better stories using right templates in infographics, which will come to later. So presenting information in a concise, easy to understand, and eye-catching way, because you have to draw the attention. You have to attract the user for listen to you to convey the purpose you are trying to get it. So there are these are all the major benefits you can gain out of infographics. You can increase learning by 400. There was a study which has said that by reading, comparison with reading, by looking at the image, your learning increases 400 times. Your image sits in your brain and it will recall whenever you want. 80% prefer graphical or infographical learning, and it also speaks to emotions of the brain. So you can create emotions in the brain for the better learning. So increases by 1% a day means there are a lot of companies which we'll discuss later. There are a lot of infographics are coming up every day. As we know, YouTube is a channel where 1 minute 300 hours of video has been uploaded. Similarly, infographics are also being uploaded 1% every day. So it was first created by ISLI, that's an organization, in the year 2012. Then all these developments have taken place. So these are all the infographics types. First one is statistical infographics, where you can show your data in the form of statistics, so that this picture says 3.5 billion social media users, are forms 45% of population. Today, January 2020, there are 57% of world population have access to internet or social media. So using pie charts, bar graphs, line charts, and pictograms, and many more, you can produce, or you can show statistical infographics. This is information infographics, like it is informative, at the same time it is images also. For example, this is a food, healthy food chart where you can have 50% healthy proteins, 75% fruits in your diet, and 100% whole grains. A percentage of that is being shown with their benefit, and sometimes the ingredients you should take to fill that percentage. It can be blog post, report, presentation, or it can be just infographic, informational infographic. Then timeline infographics, where it shows, I've taken this 1857. There was a first, Sipai Mutiny happened in 1857, and we got almost 90 years after the first, freedom fight, we have got freedom. So this visual itself is patriotic. At the same time, it is, it is encouraging for me to understand more than words. So it can be, timeline infographics can be used for information visualizing, growth milestones, customer journey, how they come from, project timelines, all that can be shown in timeline. Process infographics, steps by steps, what are the flow charts, step by step instructions, steps involved in a process, and what steps you have to follow. So this is a process infographic, another type of infographic used. There are many types of infographics. I'm just mentioning few here. This is geographic infographics, where it is maps as a part of you can use maps, population data, location based data, and big data, and comparison of countries in terms of population, size, natural resources. For projecting that, you can use geographical information sources, geographical infographics. This is comparison infographics. Posture has been compared here, and this is a good posture and this is a bad posture, and you can compare and contrast options. You can weigh the pros and cons using comparison infographics. This is just a point. There are many purposes you can use these infographics for, and individual comparison, product comparison, company comparison, competitive analysis. All these things can be done using comparison infographics. This is hierarchical infographics. Again, I've taken for a diet chart which visualizes hierarchies. Means the bottommost thing is the most intake. Percentage of intake is more for these, like bread, rice, all those things. Next, reduced percentage should be fruits and vegetables. Then meat and other protein supplements. Then milk. You have to reduce it because more consumption will lead to difficulties. And these are all very less you should use for a healthy diet, is what hierarchical flowchart it shows. Similarly, flowcharts can be shown for library organization structure, hierarchies of the organization, and list infographics. When I want to list many items into one slide, I can use list infographics. So I can share collection of business or list of resources, examples list, and list of trends, how the trends is happening. For example, technology trends in libraries, or fashion trends among youth of Bangalore, those trends. Then resume infographics are also shown here. Gone those days when we have text text resumes. Now we have work experience. We have he has an experience of 10 years from 2010 to present. How he has worked, where he has worked, all those things. For one company, new design startup, he has worked 10 years. And Pixel Incorporation, he has worked 4 years. Like that, you can show your resume in a resume infographics. Charts and visuals can be shown here. Qualification, education qualification, and his contact, home number, his mobile number, all those things shown in a pictorial way. So these are all the top infographic makers for the beginners. You can go register yourself in any of these infographic producers or providers. You can get benefit out of this by using your Google account or using your LinkedIn account. You can log in here, or any other. You can create your own account for you to make use of this infographics, for you to search, or you can do a general Google search also to find out the relevant infographics. But these are all the places which will guide you, help you, handhold you for creating better infographics. if you want the premium versions, you can go for that, where the benefits will be more for you to get out of it. So I just mentioned few by looking at many infographers. These are all the points which I thought are the skills which are needed for you to be a good infographer. So you should have a knowledge of templates and sources of templates, where what template suits for what purpose, and you should be creative and you should be out of thinking, ability to create a good infographic. Unless creativeness is there, you'll not be able to end up with a good infographic. And connecting the dots, you may have a lot of thoughts, but consolidating them and bringing those thoughts into some other purpose or some other benefit is very important. There is a book on this, connecting the dots. So if you study, if you read it, it will be useful for you to for future. So you should be good at searching, browsing internet for the precise, exact results. Then only you'll be able to come out with ideas and thoughts. You should have a good understanding of the audience, because if the audience is different and if your infographics conveys difference, a different meaning, it's of no use. So you have to find out the audience and the requirements before you create infographics. This this presentation I have created predominantly keeping students in mind, not really the professionals in mind, because students are the one who needs a lot of hand holding. So, and you have to have a ability to narrate a story through visuals. It is a great art one should have to create a good infographics. And you should have insight formulation. That's where we are different from others, is what by looking at the data, you have to come out with your own insight formulation, or your own thought process, or your own ideas. So you have to have a ability of combining statistics, text data text data, images and illustrations to create a compelling story, so that people should be able to listen to you without any distractions, and they should be able to take back some message out of your story. So these are all the useful links I've created, and that ends my presentation. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and I thank Dr. Shivaram, I thank Professor Pannu, I thank my own Dr. Anand Bhairappa, my all NCSI team and this academy team for giving me this opportunity to come and share whatever little I know. And I thank the audience for listening to this lecture. Thanks a lot.